Welcome to the show, everybody, and we're starting it off with Trump Watch.
Come on, tell us.
I'm going to come.
We do not know what led to this crash. We do not know what led to this crash. We do not know what led to this crash, but we have some very strong opinions and ideas, and I think we'll probably state those opinions now.
So you probably know where we're going already, but this is the press conference after that horrible plane and helicopter crash. I don't know what stating strong opinions has to do with anything, but
We must have only the highest standards for those who work in our aviation system. I changed the Obama standards from very mediocre at best to extraordinary.
is Marty McFly going to come in with a DeLorean? Why the hell are we back in the Obama administration to start this off? You tell me.
And then when I left office and Biden took over, he changed them back to lower than ever before. I put safety first. Obama, Biden, and the Democrats put policy first.
If that's true, why are we talking politics before talking about the incident itself in any way? You tell me.
The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities. That is amazing. And then it says FAA says people with severe disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the workforce, and they want them in, and they want them. They can be air traffic controllers. I don't think so.
So is it just me? Or do you guys out there all imagine that at the FAA, there's more than air traffic controller as a job title? Because I'm figuring there is. I can't understand the miss. This is Charlie Brown kicking that football and it's going nowhere again.
If you go back to just some of the headlines over the past 10 years, you have many hundreds of people suing the government because they would like to be air traffic controllers, but they were turned away because of the color of their skin. That policy ends under Donald Trump's leadership.
Now, if Couch Nuts wasn't so homophobic, you'd think he was talking about everybody, but we all know he's only talking about the white folk, right?
On DEI and the claims that you've made, are you saying this crash was somehow caused and the result of diversity hiring? And what evidence have you seen to support these claims?
See, now finally we get somebody in the room with an intelligent level that's higher than orange paint. That's an excellent question. The response, Mr. Trump.
It just could have been. It just could have been. It just could have been. So we don't know.
See, they have not a clue that it pertains to diversity, inclusion, hiring at all. But it's the first thing he attacks.
You are blaming Democrats and DEI policies and air traffic control and seemingly the member of the U.S. military who was flying that Black Hawk helicopter. Don't you think you're getting ahead of the investigation right now?
Another excellent question. He's already pointing the finger of blame and nobody knows a thing yet. What's his response to that question?
I think that's not a very smart question.
But are you
I'm
blaming-
surprised coming from you.
He berates the girl. The woman has a completely legitimate question. He punks her off.
Are we going to see some fire? Are you going to fire some of those diversity hire in the federal government? What's plan do you have?
I would say the answer is yes.
And there he goes. People are on the chopping block already. So we'll just get wrapped up here.
Mr. President, you have today blamed the diversity elements, but then told us that you weren't sure that the controllers made any mistake. You then said perhaps the helicopter pilots were the ones who made the mistake.
It's all under investigation.
I understand that. That's why I'm trying to figure out how you can come to the conclusion right now that diversity had something to do with this crash.
Now, he's had a few opportunities to give a proper answer on this. This was the best one. We close on it.
Because I have common sense, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people don't.
So does that mean that common sense in the world of Donald J. Trump is hatred and racism? That's Trump Watch. I'm hitting the button. Let's get out of this one.
I'm going to come.
Don't save the show.
What an utter piece of scum shit bastard. I hate that man with so much pride.
Oh.
I'll go on back.
Bad.
utter bollocks that comes out of his mouth.
All he did was stand there and do the whole political thing in a moment where the bereaving families wanted something, an address, and it was just awful.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't even open up with prayers and thoughts or anything like that. He's just like, it was Biden's fault. It's DIA.
Yeah, he did do a moment of silence and then instantly started in talk. Oh, it was just brutal. But anyway, we've got a lot, so we'll keep going.
Yeah. Did he just fart? Well, yeah. I mean, you think that's bad? Well, this isn't nowhere near as bad. But yeah, a Shenzhen-based company in China, Linxing Electroacoustic, has sparked outrage after it was revealed that staff members were photographing employees inside the toilets and displayed the images on the walls of a form of a public shaming. Yeah, the company defended its bizarre surveillance tactic, claiming it was meant to prevent employees from spending excessive time in the bathroom, playing video games or smoking or whatever else.
Wow.
In a statement, the company explained that the bathroom crackdown was prompted by complaints from other employees who were frustrated with colleagues occupying the stalls for extended periods. Smoking was reportedly a common issue, despite being prohibited in the workplace. Yeah, I know, there's crappy pag in the toilet.
Yeah.
But the purpose was to prevent employees from staying in the bathroom too long due to games and other activities. To enforce this policy, employees were allegedly sent with ladders and cameras to take compromising photos of those who remained inside the stalls for prolonged periods.
Wow.
And then they printed out the images and put them up on the wall.
Wouldn't a knock on the door from a supervisor be a far easier way to deal with this problem?
Yeah. Hurry up, I need a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this incident has reignited discussions about employee privacy and the lengths. Well, actually, never mind that. I would just say this is just common sense. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Trump?
That's funny.
Hey, if he can use it, so can I.
Yeah.
I think we'll be hearing that word a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Because I have common sense. Okay. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't.
Yeah, like you, Mr. Trump.
Yeah. Oh, no. I don't think we're off to the best start here. If you can already use a go back joke to Trump in the first article.
I have loads.
Oh, no. So, I don't know how much you guys out there know about Tesla and the self-driving thing and how their technology works, but all of the big major players in self-driving cars are using cameras, of course, but they also use like LiDAR, radar, like they use real sensors as well, all except Tesla. Well, Tesla CEO Musk says unsupervised, no one in the car, robo-taxi service is coming in Austin, Texas in June. He said this on an earnings call just on Wednesday. Here's some quotes. We just want to put a toe in the water, make sure everything's okay, put a few more toes in the water with the safety of the general public and those in the car as a top priority. The vehicles will be part of a fleet owned by Tesla, not customer personal vehicles. And they will be available for paid trips and will arrive without anyone behind the wheel. I know like this is going on with other companies right now, San Francisco and a few places, but the difference is their cars have like real sensors. So this is my incredulity on the topic. Over the years, he's been saying this is coming, and he keeps pushing it because it keeps the stock price up. This is totally inflationary tactics as it pertains to his own wealth because it's so closely tied to Tesla, right? And they failed to deliver. And he said this time, this is not some far off mythical situation. It's literally, 5 or 6 months away. Yeah, okay. The company recently posted videos of like a good dozen or so Model 3 and Model Y vehicles driving without human intervention, but they were driving around Tesla's private little 1.2 mile route on their factory's closed roads. I mean, you could program that into the damn car. That doesn't prove anything, right? Musk said that unsupervised Tesla vehicles will soon be operating at his other factory as well. I just... there's other people in the industry that don't believe his car will ever do it properly as well, due to the fact that it's missing the sensors, right? They've been testing a robo-taxi service with employees in the Bay Area, right? The vehicles arrive with a safety driver behind the wheel, though. There has been no autonomous use. In this conference call, Musk said he's confident Tesla will release unsupervised full self-driving in California and additional parts of the U.S. later this year. He said that many times. Musk revealed the company's sleek cyber cab there and said it's going into production in 2026. But to me, this all sounds like the desperation of a man trying to keep his personal wealth high. And as far as I can see, there's got to be some you're floating your own boat regulations against this kind of crap. When does vaporware become a concern as it pertains to wealth on stock market and not just lying to people that like your cars?
Now,
Right?
I'm a little concerned here. Can you bring that image back up? Yeah. Now I'm worried that guy hailing the taxi is doing it wrong, because Elon Musk has shown us how to do that properly.
That's the wrong hail. That's the wrong hail.
You won't stop a Tesla with that salute.
Yeah. It's a poor choice of photo from TheVerge.com, because that photo is making you think there's real sensors on board detecting that person, and there's not.
I hate to tell you, I don't think that's a photo.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. The graphic, whatever. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. What's this building?
Yeah. Well, if you don't think that that photograph is real, wait for this one, because this is Jess Tager from Aberdeen has sparked an online outcry after sharing a photo of a questionable hospital meal. Now, we've all had those in the past, haven't we? But this was served at the Aberdeen Royal Infirmary. Described as chicken lasagna, the dish appeared to lack pasta, cheese, or any recognizable lasagna components.
Looks like it's already been thrown up by somebody.
Well, that's exactly leading social media's users just labeled it everything from cat sick to vomit.
Oh God.
Yeah, Jess, who admitted to the hospital, who was admitted to the hospital. She didn't admit to the hospital. She was admitted to the hospital on January 28th, expressed frustration over the meal, stating it looks like leftovers from the other day's chicken. I'm not even too sure that's chicken.
No, that's kitty cat, I think.
I thought pasta would be the only thing they couldn't screw up. The photograph shows very unappetizing chunks of chicken in a pool of cream-colored sauce.
If that's cream-colored sauce to you, I'm not going to your home for a meal ever.
Hey, we'll talk about this in the after show. But the post, obviously went viral, racking up over 180 likes and dozens of dismayed comments. I wonder how many recipes they asked for.
That's viral. It's a really small town.
Yeah, 180. Oh, that's viral. Yeah, so they say it looks like vomit, looks like something the dog threw up. Yeah, I know lasagna has pasta sheets.
Look at this. Birds feed their young more appetizing food,
After chewing it up. Yeah. But NHS Grampian has yet to officially respond to the viral post, but it is reignited conversations about the hospital food quality in the UK.
It's not just the UK, that's everywhere. Right? That's that
True.
massive, nasty, industrialized food that we got to for a time, where you can have a massive hospital, one central kitchen, as if that's a good idea.
Well, they used to. Our hospitals used to have like a big central kitchen, and I think they still exist. They're empty now because it all gets brought in from outside sources now. Even then it's still crap.
Yeah, but that makes so much sense too, because the outside source is its own company that needs to make profit on everything and blah blah and what. How could that ever be cheaper than just having a few employees? All these idiots.
As they say, what's next? Boiled toast? Well, in a hospital, any kind of screw up's possible. Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's go on to Zuck the Cuck, shall we? Because, he's always in for something these days. But he says he wants to get back to the original Facebook, restoring it to how it was originally used back in the day. Does that mean to exploit university girls, Zuck? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, on the girls.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just not sure how far back he wants to go here. It's one of the world's popular sites still. It suffered a bit from an aging user base, and I've never even been on it. So that's what does that tell you? And failing cultural relevance. Now, I can see that happening a bit, but it does seem to still have quite a few people on it, at least, right? And if you don't know, that's Meta, right? So you hear the name Meta all the time. That's Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook, because he just bought the others because he couldn't compete, right? Zuckerberg says he intends to make it more culturally influential than it is today, and that the change could take our product development in some interesting directions that we maybe haven't had a focus on as much over the last few years. Now this, it's a quarterly earnings result. Again, you see how this plays out? All they have to do is be happy about the future and have a cool, exciting new direction and blurb, and the stock stays high in price, right?
Yeah, as long as there's no facts get in the way.
Yeah, exactly. Those pesky things, you know. So yeah, he also committed to spending hundreds of billions on development of new AI tools, because that's what everybody says to keep people happy investor-wise right now. I swear, if you guys want to screw rich people over out there right now, just everybody stop using anything AI and watch them all shit their bloody pants, because they have bet the farm on this stuff.
Yeah, I know. What they should do is just go to those DeepSeek guys who did it for $6 million.
Totally, man. That's one for pub chat too.
Yeah. Why spend billions when you can spend millions?
Yeah, just rip them off. You know?
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Right.
Now here in this article, it goes on to say he gave little information on what change or focus might mean, and in practice, what a little, what will come together to make these new focus and changes for Facebook. He didn't give any specifics at all. He just gave you a hope and a prayer. And he did say, well, in the short, near term, that might mean we make some trade-offs to focus on some product areas of what we're doing ahead of just kind of maximizing business results in the near term on it. The fuck, dude? He says, I think some of this will kind of get back to how Facebook was originally used back in the day.
It's common sense, Nick. It's common sense.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, shit.
Hey, the show's over.
I can't. You call it common sense, so my head's going to explode, you know?
That's it. Show's over.
Yeah. So, Zuckerberg basically just, lapped at the heels of the investors to keep them happy while he recovers from going hog wild on the metaverse, which isn't doing him any good at all. And now they retool to be AI just as much. That's really what's going on.
Well, let's face it, if you're going to retool, Zuckerberg is your tool.
There you go. That should be a slogan for him.
Yeah, it should be on a t-shirt. Yeah.
So, what's with this little old lady?
Oh, little old lady, yes. An innocent-looking pensioner. This is, by the way, talk about AI. This is an AI image. It's not the little old lady. But yeah, no, the innocent-looking pensioner has been accused of dealing drugs while using her Zimmer frame. The 87-year-old woman used the walking frame as she allegedly peddled narcotics in bars in Santonia, in eastern Spain. She's also accused of attaching a bucket to a rope and lowering it from her window to receive payments to hand over illicit substances.
Oh, I did that once, actually.
You little old lady.
Yeah.
Cops seized more than 1.8 kilograms of speed, 1.5 kilograms of cocaine, and 1.2 kilogram of cannabis, along with blades, a revolver, and 3 replica pistols after the old woman was arrested.
Wow.
So she wasn't so innocent after all. Local police said from her phone, from her home. She threw a bag tied to a rope through the window so customers could give her the money. Yeah, I already said that, police. You weren't police. You weren't listening, were you? They never pay attention. She was then taken upstairs and counted, and then put out the agreed amount of drugs in the bag. The woman, who has reduced mobility, used the walking frame to get her around town. She didn't use speed then. Police said she was able to.
Girl, I think. Yeah.
Police said she was able to enter the bars to make deliveries without arousing suspicion.
Without arousing anyone, I'm sure.
Yeah, she was like the only one pole dancing there on a Zimmer frame. But due to her innocent appearance, she could just get away with it. So she was released on bail. Bladed weapons, a revolver, and 3 replica pistols were also confiscated. We've said that already. God's sake, you silly sod. Yeah. But anyway, there's that. That's our story.
I like the idea. I think it's hilarious. Oh, except for the weapons, right? But the whole bucket, like that's hilarious, man. I knew a guy that did that with his cat one. You know, he had a bucket, and the cat would go down and go out in the alley and play and come back. Yeah.
I thought you meant he was smuggling or selling illegal cats.
Well, yeah, no, but I remember I always told my buddy with the I was always like, you could sell weed like this, you know? And he was like, are you insane? You know?
Yeah, just stuff it up the cat's butt. Smuggle it.
Well, I think you could do it with that. Okay, yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, so I don't know. I'll hit it again.
I'm gonna come.
It's tariff time. Trump says he is imposing the tariffs. That's tomorrow. 25% on Mexico, 25% on us Canadians up here, and 10% on China. But he said on Friday, today, that the Canadian oil would be hit with lower tariffs of 10%. Okay, Justin Trudeau, you listen up right now. If he puts a 10% tariff on the oil, then you put a 15% outgoing tariff on the oil to make 25. Don't let him get away with this crap. Make American gas cost as much as it can, because if there's one thing that's going to make a redneck with a big truck that has freedom flags on it complain, is the cost of fuel going way up.
Yeah, so just put a bag of sugar in the gas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Why does China only get a 10%? Why do they get a cut?
The last time he was in office, he went crazy on China for tariffs already. That's why they only have a 10%.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah.
Right. So what's his? Let's see here. White House press secretary Bimbo Bimbet said Canada and Mexican duties were in response to the illegal fentanyl that have scoured or and distributed all around the country, which have killed tens of millions of Americans. You know, number one, do a search on Google right now for fentanyl lab busts in the United States for 2022 or 2023. And all you get is search results telling you the amount that gets caught at the border and stuff. It's like Google are sucking the Trump teat. But if you do the legwork and look it up, per capita, they have as many or more fentanyl lab busts as Canada does. So I find this rhetoric a little bit disingenuous, to say the least. Right?
I actually find that number of deaths probably a bit elevated.
Oh, totally, man. If there was tens of millions of Americans died from fentanyl in the last 3 or 4 years, if you don't get it off the street tomorrow, you're going to empty California out in a month. Come on, you know, that's ridiculous. Right.
It's not really good for a repeat custom, is it?
Yeah, well, that's just it, right? Miss Bimbo the Bimbet also said these promises made and promises are kept by the president. God, that little bimbet that he put in the White House is just a twit. Trump threatened to hit Chinese-made products with up to 60% tariff, but held off on any immediate action with just the little one right now. And he's letting the administration study the issue. And I think a few people have alerted him to the fact that most of the cool must-have digital electronics and everything that people are carrying around and using these days are made in China. And the American economy would take a massive hit if China tariffs go too high, right? Because you can't just decide to buy an American-made iPhone, you moron. It's just stupid, right? So I mean, Canada, US, and Mexico combined 40% of goods imported to the US last year. So 40% of everything Americans are about to buy is going to go up at least 10%, if not 25%. And Trudeau there that I was yelling at the beginning of this says nobody wants this, but if he moves forward, we're going to move forward as well. Now, the idea is in these tariff things is that he's encouraging his people, the American people, to buy local instead of import. So you make the import more expensive. But when you don't have the oil for refining, or at least enough of it, if you don't have avocados and things like that, and you import them only, you can only hurt your own citizens, Donald. And today, he finally did agree that tariff costs are sometimes passed along to consumers and that his plans may cause disruption in the short term.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He campaigned on the fact that Americans don't pay tariffs, other people do. And now it's only days in and he's already starting to backtrack because he damn well knows it's BS. And he knows the American people are about to feel it. Man, I'm sorry, but if you voted for Trump, you got bamboozled.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah, neither did I. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, this one.
Yes. So, in further, like international news, a Reddit user believes they found the face peering back at them in a Google Earth image from Antarctica. The satellite image shared on some Reddit page, Strange Earth, shows that what appears to be a half-closed eye, a nose, a grimacing mouth, in the snow and ice. Oh, look at it. Oh, it looks like a face, doesn't it? Ooh. Yeah, several on Reddit were quick to liken it to Megatron, the antagonist in Transformers. But you can find it yourself by entering the coordinates, which I'm not going to read out. But I did that, and that's what I found. I noticed Street View wasn't working too well in Antarctica either. But then I clicked on the other thing, and you got the next image. And there it is. There it is on Google Maps. Lying asleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I was just going to say, anybody ever heard of pareidolia?
Yeah. I was going to get to that because it's not the first time something that sparked intrigue in the Google Earth, because others have found a massive door, while some believe there is an alien pyramid half buried in the snow. They're saying, is this a door to another realm? No, shut up. The face posted on Reddit, it turns out, was actually been shared on the same site previously in 2019, so it's not even new. A UO enthusiast suggested it could be evidence of aliens visiting Earth, while conspiracy theorists believed it to be relics of an ancient civilization. Yes, Blake Cousins of YouTube channel Third Phase of the Moon, don't watch them because they're a bunch of liars and grifters. He said it appears to be a massive ancient structure of some kind of face that is being revealed for the first time on Google. Well, actually, no, it's not the first time. Blake, 2019. He says, I would have to concur that whatever we're looking at resembles some sort of mega structure.
Okay, can I just point out, number one, if aliens built this a long time ago, Why would you build a massive thing of a face looking up? Because in person close to it, you wouldn't recognize it to be a face, really. You would need, pull back perspective. So why would you build something to be seen from the air for a whole whack of morons that can't fly yet? It's just a thought, right?
Well, they couldn't put a bomb there. That would be just like disgraceful.
Yeah. And I do believe that this is actually just Banksy, because he did this one on the Mars as well there, so
yeah. Bloody vandal. Oh, when are these people going to stop?
Oh man. So here, I got to get this one in before before time here. But there was a post on social media, and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk there said that the Biden administration left 2 astronauts stranded, and President Trump has asked SpaceX to step in and rescue them. But NASA put that plan in place months ago.
That wasn't Biden administration. It was Boeing.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But everything is the previous administration with these idiots, right? So the tweet was, POTUS has asked SpaceX to bring home the 2 stranded astronauts as soon as possible. We will do this, it read. Terrible that Biden administration left them there for so long. The Biden administration. It's just unbelievable the length these idiots will go to play these partisan politics. All you're going to hear from Trump for 4 years is how Biden and the Democrats this and that and so on and so on. So I pray and I plead to the people who run in the next election in 4 years in the United States, for the love of God, shut up about your predecessor, okay? We don't want to go through 4 years of this and then hear it again. But it's unbelievable.
Can I just point out that during the Trump administration, the current one, so far my front door handle is broken and my boiler has stopped working. So that's got to be your fault. Yeah. It's just common sense.
I haven't had an erection in this administration. Do I get to blame him for that?
Yes. It's common sense.
I don't have the button handy. I broke it.
Yeah, last time you did that, I didn't work out too well.
Exactly. I'm not doing it. Okay. Where are we going? What are we? Oh, we're still okay. Okay, good.
Yeah, good news for authors out there, because the Authors Guild, one of the largest associations of writers in the US, has launched a new project that allows authors to certify that their book was written by a human and not generated by artificial intelligence. Yes, the Guild says its human authored certification aims to make it easier for writers to distinguish their work in increasingly AI-saturated markets, and that readers have a right to know who or what created the books they have read. Now, I could go on with this article, but quite frankly, there's no point. But the thing is, how do you authenticate it? How do you prove that was, the author did not use like ChatGPT to, just knock a bit here or there, or a paragraph, or, just say, no, I did it all by myself. How do you prove that?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the way to prove it is to leave errors in, like punctuation and stuff.
Oh, no, they say that you're allowed to use AI to check spelling and grammar. So so you can use AI. If you leave mistakes in, then you didn't use AI.
I'm sorry, but you're not a writer if you need like grammar help and stuff, in my view of the world. That's not even how it works.
I don't know. Have you read Shakespeare? That's gibberish.
I still don't know what the hell that guy was talking about, man.
Neither did he. He was drunk.
Yeah, that's just proof to me that you don't squish your nads up in real tight tights, right?
Talking that, have you got a quickie?
Yeah, yeah, she said. Yeah. So the Gulf of Mexico, for God's sakes, is still the Gulf of Mexico as far as I'm concerned. But Google has done it. Google has changed the name to the Gulf of America in maps. If you're an American, if you're a Mexican, it will still be the Gulf of Mexico. And if you live in other places, you'll probably see both names, which makes no sense to anybody, but okay. They also are using Mount McKinley on the mountain instead of Denali. If you're wondering why they called it Mount Denali, no, they were not naming it after some stupid Chevy pickup truck trim level. But it was a symbolic gesture to Alaskan natives. So, so Trump, because he doesn't give a rat's ass about native First Peoples, he doesn't care about immigrants, immigration, even though his family comes from that as well. It's anything that's named and renamed woke or anything like that is going to get crushed under this administration very quickly. It sucks.
We're just going to start renaming everything.
Yeah. Pretty soon we'll have a Mount Silverado because he wouldn't understand what the Denali thing was, right? And it's just, but yeah, it's unfortunate. We are just in a situation where for 4 years, this guy's going to run amok. And the next administration that comes in is going to need a double term. One to fix his crap and then one to actually get something done. Right?
Yeah. We'll just have two governments to do both.
Yeah. The fix the Trump mess group and then the group that actually pushed the country forward again, which will be interesting. So
here we go. Just quickly go on to the next one because we can get that one.
Okay,
that one out in a minute. Yeah, because a car crashed on Mill Lane in Swindon some time ago. It's not clearly when it actually happened since the wreck has been left abandoned. So locals have been left with raised eyebrows after a blow-up sex doll was placed inside the abandoned car. No! Must have been the Russians.
I hope nobody's been visiting it at any evenings.
No, it'd been in the back seat, surely. The doll was posed behind the wheel and looking out the front driver's side window, which is currently missing. The pictures of the comical sight were shared on local Facebook groups, and they spoke to the police about it. But apparently, the driver ran away after crashing the car. But whoever did this made me laugh this morning, she said. But I mean, more about this is just like gibbering about what they don't know anything about the accident. But yeah, apparently the doll has since disappeared, though.
Oh, somebody took her home for a date. We're out of here, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Stay shitty.